What's poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I am here with an assumption about me / ask me anything video. So I've seen this video go around YouTube for a few years now, and I was like, you know what? Let me see what these motherfuckers think about me. And what do they assume about me? I'm pretty much an open book if you have been following my channel. I really don't have anything in my life that I've ever hidden from the public. If you don't know, I'm a national best-selling author. My second novel that I ever released was titled China Black, and that story was 75% true, 25% make-believe. And then I have even more stories on my character, China Black, called the China Black series. The link will be down below on my Amazon storefront if you want to check out the series. But everything that's pretty much happened in my life, you can read in my China Black series, but you guys assume a lot about me, apparently. And you asked me some pretty spicy questions. So this is going to be a 2-part video. The second part will be up next week. So make sure you check out the second half of this video. Also make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe to my channel, because we keep it lit over here with the T Squad. All right. So my first assumption / ask me anything question comes from T Squad member NK. What up, NK? Thank you for being a part of the T Squad. So she had 3 questions, child, or 3 assumptions. The first one is, you want to dip into the lady pond. Girl, I know you lie. And I know you are playing. I might have a dyke haircut. I may get on here wearing sweatshirts all the time. But there's nothing about me that wants to be with a woman. I joke and I play all day. But no, I'm strictly dickly. Keisha wants a man. Keisha wants a long rod in her butt, in her cooch, and in her mouth. Preferably even in my ear. Yeah, I'm not a lesbot. Nothing wrong with being a lesbot. I 100% support the LGBTQ XYZ community, whatever. But yeah, no, there's only one gay one in the family, and it's not me. Number 2, you want to fight Evelyn Lozada. Actually, no, I don't. Do I dislike her personality that she shows on reality television? Absolutely 100%. But do I want to fight her? No. Keisha doesn't fight anymore. My fighting days are over. Last physical fight I had was when I was like 30. I fought my boyfriend outside of a nightclub one night. I'll have to do a story time on that one day. But yeah, Keisha doesn't fight anymore. Keisha is well off in life, and I'm not trying to get sued nor mess up this beautiful skin. Brought to you by Fenty Skin. Number 3, you handle professional rejection well. Now I do. A few years ago, that answer would have been no. I used to take it very hard. I just didn't understand why I was getting so many close opportunities. Like the carrot was being dangled in my face. It was almost there, and then it would be snatched away, and I never really got any conclusion to it, no type of response, answer. Things just fizzled and faded away, and I never understood why God kept on doing this. But hindsight being 2020, I realized that even though I thought I was ready back then, I was not emotionally nor mentally ready. I still had a lot of growth to do. I still had to show and prove to God that I could be faithful over a few things, meaning when I was younger, when I was making so much money in the beginning of my career as being an author, I would just waste the bag. I mean, as soon as I got a check, I was going straight to the mall, dropping thousands of dollars, hadn't even paid my bills yet, and then the check would be gone, and I'm sitting like, what the fuck did I just do? So it took me years to get out of that, and I had to learn how to be fucking responsible and grow the fuck up. And so once I started putting my business first and pleasure later, God started really blessing me with opportunities in my career. And now I'm very appreciative of every opportunity that comes my way, and even the ones that don't, because it teaches me a lesson. So thank you, NK, for your assumptions about me. Next up, we have Saucy B. I see her name in the comment section all the time. Thank you for being a T Squad member, Saucy B. She says, I think you are the life of the party, but you would rather stay home with a good book or movie, right? Absolutely. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any type of recreational drugs, but I am the life of the party. I get it popping, I get it started. My friends learned very early on when we were teenagers that I didn't have to be the one that drank and smoked, because I was the class clown, I was the fool, I was the girl that would, you dare me to do something, I'm doing it, no hesitation, I don't give a fuck. I remember when I was a teenager, they dared me to stick my tongue in some rainwater on the street. I did it. They dared me in the mall to do my neck, my back, my neck at my back, and fall on the ground like a crackhead. I did it. Like, I'm fearless when it comes to stuff like that. So yeah, like, I gets it popping, but in this stage of my life, I am very much a homebody. The joys for me are a brand new pair of pajamas, take a really good bath, lather up my body in something that smells delicioso, put on my brand new PJs, get some really good takeout, veg out on the takeout, have a really good dope book to read by Mercy B. Carruthers / Gray Huffington, or Love Belvin, or Takira Allen, or Ashley Antoinette, or have a good movie to watch, a good show to watch on television, maybe do a little shopping on the internet. Like, that is a fun night for Keisha Renee Irvin. So yes, you are right on your assumption, Saucy B. Next up, we have an assumption brought to you by LaWanda Chase. Hey, LaWanda girl, I see you in the comments section as well. Thank you for being a supporter of my channel. She said, I didn't assume anything about you. Oh, I think you are so bomb. I tell everybody you're my best friend. I've been watching you for years, and you keep me laughing and listening. So very proud of your accomplishments. And you always say something encouraging to your viewers. Love and prayers for your continued success. Thank you so much, LaWanda. I greatly appreciate your support. Like I said, I don't take any of my subscribers for granted. Without you guys, this channel would not be doing what it's doing right now. I know a lot of you like, why isn't her channel bigger? Why isn't her channel bigger? Because I guess I don't play the game. You know, I don't fish for views. I don't fish for subscribers. If you fuck with me, you fuck with me. I have no problem deleting anybody. Y'all know over here, the block is hot. The block is hot. I don't tolerate no shit. So I would rather it be, you know, genuine love than fake love. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna get there. We gonna get to that 100,000 subscriber plaque. Mark my words. But thank you so much, LaWanda Chase. Next up, we have an assumption by Kia Nicole. I've seen you several times also in the comment section. Hey, girl. So she says, do you use any special software to write your books, or just good old-fashioned Microsoft Word? Yes, I use good old-fashioned Microsoft Word when I'm actually writing my novels. It's tried and true. I don't like using other programs, but when it comes to like the loading up process to convert them into like paperback and Kindle, there's different softwares that we use or whatever. But yes, when I'm writing, I just use trusty old Microsoft Word. It will never do you wrong, honey. Thanks for the question. Next up, we have a question from Ashley Denise. Hey, girl. She says, what made you decide to create an IG page showcasing you serving looks? Thanks for the question. I've always been into fashion. Fashion was one of my first loves growing up, as well as reading. I wanted to be a fashion designer when I was younger. I tried my hand at it. Me and Monique, my best friend, who's often on my channel, we even went out one day and bought sewing machines. We ain't never took a now sewing class, and we just knew that we was gonna be able to follow a pattern and make us some dresses and shit. And it was the dumbest idea ever. I ended up giving it away to one of my good friends at the time. But but my dream for myself has always been to have my own clothing line. I even did have my own clothing line years ago called Pretty Ratchet Things. We did t-shirts, and it was mildly successful. I hate that I stopped doing it, because I think if I would have kept on doing it, and plus had a different name, it would have done great. I might bring it back. I might do something with that. But for like the last couple of years, I had gotten so complacent with just being at home and not going anywhere because of, all of the Black Lives Matter stuff. When Mike Brown died, got murdered here in St. Louis, the city was on fire. I mean, it was crazy here in St. Louis. And so that's when I really started becoming a hermit and staying in the house, and I wasn't going anywhere. And I kind of got off on my fashion game. I had gained weight. I'm the biggest right now that I've ever been in my life. And I was happy with me, but I wasn't happy with me, if that makes sense. And so I decided that I was going into 2021 taking care of me and putting me first and enjoying my passions and accepting me and my body for what it was and what it is, and loving on me and making myself feel good again and feel pretty. And I feel like when I got my hair cut, because anybody that's been following my channel, I've had my hair shaved off for the longest, but I let my hair grow out 2 years ago, because I hadn't had long hair since I was 13 years old. And I just wanted to grow it out, see what it was going to do. And it was a cute little moment, but short hair is me. That is me. And I always wanted to dye my hair blonde. And so I was like, fuck this. I'm about to cut my hair off, go blonde, and live the blonde ambition lifestyle, baby. And when I did, I can honestly say it gave me a renewed sense of self and confidence. And haven't felt this good about myself in quite a while. So make that change, girlfriends, and even guys. If there's something that you've been wanting to do physically that you haven't had the opportunity to do, or that you've been afraid to do it, whether that be plastic surgery, a haircut, a tattoo, whatever the case may be, a piercing, new clothes. Go and take care of yourself and pamper yourself and make yourself feel good. Because I can honestly say, now that I've been getting back dressed up, doing my makeup, getting my hair done every 2 weeks, buying new clothes, like I feel like I got my mojo back, like I got my confidence back, and I want to put myself back out there, in the dating pool. So yeah, that's the answer for that one. So yeah, now I have my IG page, and I also wanted to start the fashion_killer81 Instagram page to give girls that look like me style tips, because it can be hard for plus size girls to find up-to-date fashions that fit your body, because when you're plus size, sometimes you're disproportionate. I have really big boobs. I have a smaller waist, I got a bigger stomach, I have small legs, I have no ass, I have no hips. So I've had to learn over the years how to dress myself and it look appropriate for my body type. And so that's what I wanted to show women, as also just for women in general, no matter what size you are. I wanted to show you how you can mix high and low pieces and look very expensive and chic. So yeah. On to the next question comes from Clarissa Thompson. Hey girl, thank you for being a supporter. She said, I assumed that you wrote a few books, but to find out that you wrote over 20 and they are so good that I have become a huge fan. Thank you so much. I really don't promote my books here on my YouTube channel as much as I probably should. It's basically like I have my author life and I have my YouTube life, and I've kept them separate, but I try to throw in my books here and there on this channel because a lot of people don't know that I'm an author. And it's so funny to me when I see in the comment section people that'll be like, oh my God, I've been watching your channel, I don't know how long, didn't even know that was you, I've read your books, oh my God, I can't believe that was you. So yes, I've had I think I'm over 30 now at this point, best-selling novels, critically acclaimed novels. I've made Essence Magazine's bestseller list. My work has been featured some of everywhere that you can think of. So yeah, being an author is what pays the bills, as well as YouTube. Yeah, that's one of my passions. I have a lot of passions. Writing is one, acting is one, producing is another, fashion is another, makeup. I love anything that has to do with expressing yourself and creativity. And maybe that's because I'm a Leo. All right, next up we have a question from Tish Clay. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you so much for being a supporter of mine. She says, I'm an accountant that aspires to be a writer. The first book that made me want to write was Torn, written by yours truly, Keisha Irvin. How should I go about transitioning from accounting to writing? Thank you so much for not only supporting my YouTube channel, but my books as well. You have to honestly just start writing. I would never suggest to anybody that they quit their day job and then just become a writer and you don't even have a book out. So in your spare time, when I was working a 9 to 5, I would literally find pockets of time to write. I used to work at a grocery store and I would literally write in between customers on check slips. This is when people were actually still using checks. I would get the check slips, and if I had a thought or something that I wanted to add into my book, I would literally write it on the back of a check slip with a pen and then stuff it into my the front of my apron. And so find times to write. Find, if nothing but 30 minutes to an hour each day, sit down and start writing. I have a novel called On God, which is a how-to guide on how to become a published author. I tell you my story on how I became an author, all the trials and tribulations that I've gone through, all the things that I've learned over the years, all of the ways that you can put your book out there, how to outline, how to edit. All of those things are in the book. You can find the link down below on my Amazon storefront. So go and check out On God, written by me and co-authored by Sheridan S. Davis. And it will give you everything that you need to know on how to become an author. I wish you nothing but success and dare to be different. Don't try to be like anybody else. Come with your own style and your own flavor. Good luck with everything. Next up, we have a question from Jennifer. Yeah, Jennifer. I think that's how you pronounce it. Thank you for your question. She says, is your son around when you do your videos? I'm actually going to bring him in before I even finish this question. I'm going to have Kyrese come in. Kyrese, come here real fast. This is the question I was talking about that I want you to answer for the viewers. You don't have to be on camera. I'm just going to pass you the mic. Okay, so this person says, is your son around when you do your videos? I assume you're an open book with him as you are with us. Is he within earshot when you be making your sexual comments? What does he think in regards to your content? Does he get comments about it? I assume you don't give a F either way. Okay, well, here is Kyrese. He'll answer the question for you.
She be right around the corner. In my room, she records in the kitchen, and my room's by the kitchen. So, but I don't listen.
How do you feel about my content on my channel?
It is what it is.
Do you care that I curse and talk about sexual things?
No.
Why?
Because you've been doing that before this.
But it doesn't embarrass you or anything like that?
No.
Do you think I'm a cool mom?
Yeah.
Do you think I have boundaries, though, of course? You know, to respect me, not to curse and all of those things.
Not when you're here.
Nigga, what? Get out my face. Okay, so he answered the question for you. No, Kyrese does not care. Me and Kyrese are not only mother and son, but we are best friends. And I have been very open and transparent with him his whole entire life. He knows that mom does this for entertainment, even though in real life I still do cuss and whatever when I'm around my girlfriends. But like, I'm just in the house. I ain't walking around talking about sucking dick. Like, no. But we are very open and transparent with one another. And I know that that's the reason why we are so close. Like, when I tell you, my son literally comes to me about every important aspect in his life. And that's my biggest accomplishment in life, is my relationship with my son. It's not the accolades, it's not the books, it's not, you know, the praise and the materialistic things. It's the relationship that I have with him and how well-rounded and mature and responsible and respectful of a man that he has grown up to be. And then also, Kyrese is 21 years old. He's a grown man. He knows about sex and vaginas and all that thing. So it's not like he's a kid. But even when he was a kid, I did talk like this around him. But he knew better. He knew that this is what mama does. This is what pays the bills and what buys me Jordans and Nikes and keeps a roof over our head. So yeah, he doesn't really give a fuck. And I don't either. Like I said, my mama watches my channel. My mother watches my channel. My mother actually called me, when was that? Earlier this week. And it was a very sweet call because my mother is not an emotional person. and neither really am I. But she called me and she was like, please don't ever change anything about yourself. Nothing about yourself I ever want you to change, because you are an awesome person. You're so kind and you're so loving. You're so giving. Like, I love who you are as a person. I love how outspoken you are and what you've done with your career. So if my mama don't give a fuck, and she don't, because she got them 5 designer purses for Christmas. If you haven't watched my Christmas video, she don't give a goddamn. This cussing is what provides for all of us. So thank you for your question, Jennifer. All right, up next we have one from Monique Gorman. She says, wow, this is fun. Thank you. I feel like I know you. You're my friend in my head. We are friends, girl. We just haven't met yet. Where did your sense of humor come from, and were you bubbly and outspoken as a child? Yes, I have always been bubbly and outspoken. I have never been afraid to ask or say anything. One of the things that I can remember even about myself as a little kid, and something that my family used to make fun of me for, is I was so greedy. I would walk up to anybody and put my hand like this and say, give me some. Give me some. Like, my nickname as a child was Fat Mama. I'm gonna include some pictures of myself right here as a kid. They called me Fat Mama. I was never shy. I always sang and danced around the house. It got on my brother and my mama's nerves. But even with me being so outspoken, I am still a quiet and shy person. It's the biggest contradiction ever. But if you know me and you're around me and I'm just meeting you, I will talk to you, but I'm sussing you out and I gotta feel your vibe first. Like, I'm just not the type of person that's gonna walk up to people and be like, hey, how you doing? Like, that's more Monique, my best friend. I'm not that type of personable person. I like to play the background. I don't like to be in the forefront in real life. Yeah, but as far as my sense of humor goes, if you, like I said, watched my Christmas video, my family in general is just funny. Everybody in my family is funny. I'm funny. My mom's funny. My aunt Lisa's funny. My brother is fucking hilarious. Like, my family in general is just funny as hell. And even with Kyrese, even though he's not like outspoken as I am, he has a dry sense of humor, like the Office type of sense of humor. Like, Kyrese will get your ass and you won't even know he just read you for filth, and the shit be so fucking funny. So yeah, I have to attest that to my family. And then just, I feel like my personality, I didn't, how a gem here is that I didn't even realize I was funny until like junior high. That's when I started tapping into my funny side and realizing that I could make people laugh. And then it was curtains after that. I got in so much trouble being a class clown. 7th grade, I actually got voted class clown and biggest flirt. That tells you everything you need to know about me. Next up, we have a question from Race. Race Yeoman. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm so sorry if I did not, but thank you for your assumption or question. She says, my assumption is that you only create YouTube content and there is nothing else going on. With that being said, I would like to see your other creative writing side / process and what you typically do in a week. I find you entertaining, so I'm curious of that. Well, that was kind of a contradiction. You said you think I only do YouTube, but then you know I write. So I ain't really get that. But no, YouTube is not the only thing that I do, and I do have other things going on, many other things going on. YouTube for me, I've been on YouTube now for 6-7 years. YouTube in the beginning was a side hobby, a side little part-time job, but now over like the last year, it has become a full-time gig now. So I've had to learn how to balance being an author as well as being a content creator, and the juggling process has been quite difficult, but I'm starting to learn how to manage both. My full-time job is also an author, but with me being an author, I've been blessed where I can drop a book and then take months off in between. Thank you, God, for that blessing. So I'm an author. I'm a publisher as well. I run all of my social media and YouTube. What else do I do? I do makeup and I take photos. I do so much stuff. And, I'm a mentor to other up and coming authors. And then I got my son, even though he's 21, we're helping him navigate his life and his career. I got to keep my house up and all of that stuff. And I'm always trying to think of new ways to better myself and to have different revenue streams of income coming in. I've just recently become an Amazon influencer, so now I have that going on. So yeah, girl, I wish that all I could do was sit around and eat bonbons, but it ain't that type of gig. Now, as far as how my days normally go, I'm a night owl, so I don't go to bed typically until about 6 7 o'clock in the morning. So I'll go to bed at about 6 7 o'clock in the morning. I'll wake up typically about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I get up. The first thing that comes out of my mouth every time I wake up is I praise God. I thank Him for allowing me to see another day. I check my emails to see what business offers have come my way. I then go on social media, see what everybody is saying, what's going on, any comments, any questions. I promote one of my books. I promote my YouTube videos by tweeting, Facebooking those things. I then get up. I take my medication that I need to take every day. I then get on the internet and check, my sales, my royalties, what's going on my YouTube analytics. Then after that, I'll typically go take a shower, get myself together, and eat. I don't normally eat until about my lifestyle is so fucked up. I don't normally eat until about 7 8 o'clock at night, which is really bad, but I'll finally eat something, and then by that time it'll be time for me to film. I'll sit down and take all my notes, come do the video, load the video up. Once my videos are loaded up, if I'm in the midst of working on a book, I'll then start working on my books at nighttime, as well as trying to watch any of the shows or things or YouTube videos that I've wanted to watch. And then I might do a little shopping online, or edit other videos that need to be edited for YouTube. And then I'll finally go to bed. So that's typically the type of day that I live. Also, I might have to go downstairs to get packages, or have, go downstairs with my little cart and get my groceries and things. So yeah, I live a very mild, mundane, everyday lifestyle, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm so blessed and I'm so thankful. Next up is from Sunsarai Evans. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Thank you so much for participating. She says, do you do tutorial videos on how to apply makeup? Yes, I do. I have a full playlist on makeup tutorials. You can check out the videos I have up right now under my makeup playlist. Next up is from Green October. Hey girl, she says, girl, I love you. I love your videos. I just like how you are, but girl, tell the truth. I know you are cheap, because I am too. I'm very cheap. I'm a Barbie on a budget. I say that all the time. I go for the sales rack before I go for anything else. I'm cheap in some areas, and then I'm very bougie in other areas. Like my mama is very bougie and my son is very bougie. Like my son likes to only shop at like Whole Foods and like the high price grocery stores. My mother's the same thing. My mother will not buy food from Aldi's, even though they're all made by the same people, just with a different logo. She is just so bougie, child. I'm bougie, and I'll spend money on like sneakers or designer jewelry or my designer purses or things of that nature. But when it comes to like clothes, Pretty Little Thing, Forever 21, Boohoo, even with my house, with the way that I decorated my house, I did everything on a budget. I was able to style my whole home for maybe about $6,000-$7,000. I like to show how you can buy things at a cheap price, not cheap, but not hella expensive, and it still looks chic and glamorous and all of that stuff. So yeah, I am somewhat cheap in the way that I live my lifestyle. Next up, we have a question from Beautifully Me. Assumption: you don't care how much you have to pay for shoes or a purse as long as you like it. True. Now the most that I've ever spent on a purse was almost $2,000. I have yet to get to the place where I can spend 3 to 5. Like, I got it, but that's just a lot, and my spirit just can't won't let me do it. But If and when I do spend that type of money on a purse, it will be my dream bag. I want another Dior saddle bag and I want a Chanel purse. And I'm going to get me an Hermes Birkin bag at some point in my life. But I am very cautious on what I spend. Like I said earlier, I'm not the type of person that's going to go out and buy a bag and my bills ain't paid. Like, I'm blessed that my rent is paid up for the year. I'm already preparing myself to pay rent when my lease is up and to renew and go into the next lease to pay my rent up again. Like, my rent is paid. The bills are always paid on time. Like, I make sure that my home life is taken care of before I do any splurging. That's why I work so hard. I work hard and then I play harder later. Next up we have, she also has a question. Your place is so girly and gorgeous. What advice would you give someone trying to decorate their first apartment? Like I said, I buy high and low pieces. Majority of the stuff that I bought, you can find on places like Amazon. A lot of the stuff that I got from Amazon, like I said, you can find down below in the description box on my Amazon storefront. Don't be afraid to shop at like H&M, Walmart, Target. Wayfair is where Wayfair or Overstock or Joss&Main is where I get my big pieces, like my couch or my lounge, my Chase lounge chair, or my chairs like that. But like all of my like accessories and things came from places like A Floral, like my pampas grass and stuff, or B Lux pampas grass, or my artwork came from Society 6. Like, mix pieces. Go to like Target or Walmart. Go straight to the clearance section. You never know what you will find. Hell, you might find some shit at the Family Dollar store. I did. So just plan things out in advance. So if you don't know, if you have an idea how you want your house to look, the thing that I did is I went on Pinterest and I made a board on ideas of what I wanted my house to look like. So I'm going to take you guys to my Pinterest page. Crib. So these were photos that I put in my new crib board of things that I liked and would like to recreate in my home. So the pieces that I liked that I wanted to recreate, I would then go online and try to find those same exact pieces. Say, for instance, this photo right here of these pink chairs. I was like, I want to do my table that way. If you've seen my kitchen, you know that's how my table looks. So I went and found a circle table, marble table. My marble table that I had, I got it online for $500. The pink chairs I got from Amazon. You can find them down below on my Amazon storefront. The chairs alone were like only $100 and something. So recreate the items that you see and do it in your home. That way you won't be like, well, I don't know what should go here and I don't know where to put this. You already know because you're recreating what you have in the photo. So do that in your home. That's the best tip that I could give anybody. Just do a recreation, but do it on a budget and for cheaper. So I hope that information helps you. Okay, this video is getting kind of long. Let's wrap this shit up for part 1. Kiva Mai says, I assume that you're not celibate anymore. I assume that you're seeing someone. You assumed wrong, nosy ass. No, I'm very much still celibate. I have not had sex since the end of 2013. I have been celibate since then. Do I miss sex? Of course. Everybody wants to be touched on and feel on, child. I'm at the point though, if I do meet somebody and things are coagulating, he gonna get this pussy, he gonna get this box, he gonna get this top. Am I seeing someone? No, I'm not. I'm seeing Jesus and a therapist. Next up is from Tamisha Simmons. Hey girl, hey, where do you get the inspiration from your sex scenes in your books? Keisha, you're low-key harlot and I love it. Yes, I'm a very sexual person. I've done a lot of sexual things in my past, but majority of the things that I get in the ideas lately in my books, Pornhub. I go on Pornhub, I recreate what I see. Boom. And then I try to write what I feel like we as women would want to be done to us. Yes, ma'am. So next up is from Desi. I hope I'm saying that right. Hey girl, hey, you got some A1 fashion taste and would drag me about my lack of fashion like you do Giselle. I ain't as bad as her though. LOL. No, I wouldn't. Question, could state like your best cheaper side makeup products Also, you have some iconic. Hold up, let me go. Oh, I didn't get the last part of your question. I'm so sorry. I didn't screenshot the last part of your question. But as far as makeup products, I buy Fenty. I like Color Pop Cosmetics, Artist Couture. As far as my lip glosses, I get like my lashes from Amazon. Find that down below in the on my Amazon storefront. I use Black Opal products. You can find that on my storefront. So yeah, like I said, I'll be doing the full details on where I get all of my makeup products, but you can find a lot of them right now in my Amazon store front. As far as my fashion goes, like I said, I buy stuff from Rue 21, Urban Outfitters, Pretty Little Things, Public Desire, Forever 21, Boohoo. It just all depends on what I'm looking for. I have more of a tomboy chic style. That's how I like to describe the way that I dress. Um, Million Roberts says, no matter how famous you get, you always do meet and greets either for your novels or YouTube follows because we're all fans of yours. Much love and success to you, Keisha, friend in my head. Thank you so much. I pray that I will be able to still be at a point where I can meet up with you guys, because I love hearing your feedback. I just love putting a face to the names and the questions and the comments and everything. So I pray that that's something that I will continue to be able to do. But you know, the world is crazy, child. You got to be real careful out here in these streets. So that is the first part of my assumption slash ask me anything video. Part 2 will be up next week. Thank you once again to everybody who participated. I appreciate the questions so much, and hopefully I gave you all some really good information and tips and that you got a little bit closer to your girl. Once again, thank you for everything. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.